Don't just stand there, you ape. Give me a hand up. Nope, I'm actually okay. Thank you very much. When your world went to shit!
Life is a mystery.
I don't know anything about saving worlds, but you do. Trust me, kid, I'm no hero. You were an X-Man. You were the X-Man.
This Wolverine let down his entire world.
Well, my entire world needs you. Shake on it. Ah! Nicked it. Just got the tip with your little steak knife.
Well, we have no idea if they're going to appear in the movie just yet. But since this was a 20th Century Fox Marvel movie and the one that they had the rights for a long time, for 10 years, let's take a look at Fantastic Four 2005, which stars Ioan Gruffudd as Reed Richards, a smart scientist who becomes Mr. Fantastic and who has stretching abilities and trying to find ways of how to get their powers removed. Jessica Alba as Sue Storm, the ex of Victor Von Doom, played by Julian McKinnon, and she develops invisible abilities and has some shy moments when she becomes famous and undresses herself to become fully invincible. And later it forms a romance with Reed Richards. Chris Evans as Johnny Storm, Sue's younger brother, who is a very hotshot dude who likes women and likes to become famous when he becomes famous for saving the bridge alongside the other Fantastic Four members. And he has superpowers of becoming a flame and uses abilities to fly, stop a missile from destroying the team, and to make the Fantastic Four logo. And Michael Chilix as Ben Grimm, aka the Dink, Reed Richards' best friend, who gets abilities to become a fully rocked orange monster who throughout the entire movie until the third act becomes depressed and angry in turn that he's a freak and comes aggressive towards everybody because of it until the third and went to go back to normal and did thanks to Dr. Doom. But when he realized his plans, he felt like he needed to go back and when he saved the world, he was now okay with his transformation. And of course, Julian McKinnon is Dr. Doom, okay, Victor Von Doom, a rich businessman who, after the spaceship explosion, superpowers alongside Fantastic Four members, develops mental and electric abilities that the more he tests it out, the more sinister and evil and power hungry he gets, and decides to kill the Fantastic Four, but fails to do so and was sent to Latveria. And I really enjoyed this movie quite enough. First off, this movie is very well casted. Ioan Gruffudd looks so much like Reed Richards and is perfectly cast and has some decent performance. Jessica Alba is okay. She's probably the worst out of the four, but she's decent at what she did in the movie. Chris Evans as Johnny Storm is pretty hilarious due to his goofy, douchey attitude though he can be kind of a jerk toward ignoring the rules, the things that the other members of the Fantastic Four were telling him about, like becoming public with his abilities. But he uses for fun, but then later he becomes a real hero by stopping a missile and saving the world. And Michael Chiklis brings a very good performance to the point Stan Lee loves his performance. And I think Michael Chiklis himself does too. He brings a very good performance that feels really real, and because it real way you see it is really, you can buy that this would be anyone's reaction to transforming into this rock monster freak. But then the more he realizes that his powers are necessary, the better he feels about them at the end. And he has some good moments, and the makeup on him doesn't look too bad, to be honest with you. Julian McKinnon as Dr. Doom is kind of interesting because for the entire movie, even before he became more evil, he kind of has a sinister feel to it, especially at the opening. He kind of had a menacing businessman type personality, and when he gets superpowers and kills two people with it, he gets kind of a little more intimidating, to be honest with you. And what's interesting, I really love the costume. It looks bigger budget. Like, this movie is like the first big budget and officially released Fantastic Four movie, as we know, and it looks really good with the costumes and of both Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom. Looks so much like a good upgrade from the comic books and video games and cartoons. And it captured very well to the big screen. It really did. I really love how the suits look, especially with the Fantastic Four members, Reed, Johnny, and Sue. And I thought there are not a lot of action, but thankfully there are a few. Like the bridge scene at the first act was pretty cool, since it made the Fantastic Four famous and was the first official test on their powers. After they first discovered their powers by different situations, whether skiing with Johnny Storm, or dinner with Reed and Susan, or during the hospital with Ben Grimm. But the bridge was like their first official test because they used it for good. And the missile scene with Johnny Storm was very entertaining. And of course, the climactic battle at the streets where the Fantastic Four defeat Doctor Doom was pretty epic, and it has some good action sequence in it. CGI on Reed Richards' stretch can get a little noticeably odd, but for the most part, it looks pretty good, to be honest with you. It doesn't look so bad. And that's weird about the Reed and Susan romance, because the only thing that did it were two things. Their brief talk about their love before Victor Von Doom and Sue Storm, and their proposal at the end, which not sure if that came out if that scene takes place after the climactic battle or few months or years after it. If I were to guess, the same day or the day after they saved the day, which would be kind of weird, but whatever. And there are some very funny moments, like the scene where Johnny Storm was messing around with Ben Grimm with a broomstick, and then Ben accidentally hits himself with a pie. Was pretty silly and funny, and as well as the extreme sports sequence with Johnny Storm was fun. Johnny Storm really steals his show in this movie. He really does. And yeah, really thought the Fantastic Four movie from 2005 was really, really good. It's probably the best of the four movies. Sorry, Roger Corman. But it really is. I love it. I don't love it, I just liked it a lot. I really enjoyed it. What do you think?